broadcast this event.
Benjamin, who said that every document of civilization is a document of barbarism. Imagine a journalist who was for 7 years entrapped in an embassy of a country that was friendly to him. But times changed, and he became an enemy to almost every country. For what? For speaking the truth and revealing the dirty and monstrous crimes of the military-industrial complex. Then he was put in a high-security prison together with terrorists and fundamentalists, and then it was revealed that another country, not Saudi Arabia or Russia, but the United States of America, would kidnap him or kill him at the soil of that capital, just opposite to Harrods, yes, here in London. And still, a British court is still deciding whether to extradite this journalist precisely to the United States, and this is nothing more but assassination in broad daylight. So, since the Russell Sartre Tribunal was started by philosophers, and I happen to be one, as distasteful as it is to describe oneself as a philosopher, you will allow me a philosophical reference. All of you here, and I'm sure the judges who are watching us, who will decide on Julian Assange's fate, will remember the Apology of Socrates, written by Plato in 399 BC. What was Socrates charged of? There were two charges. The first charge was that he was corrupting the youth. And the second charge was the charge of asebia, of not believing in the gods of Athens. He could have escaped, just like Julian Assange, but he didn't. And the jury condemned him to death. So what does Socrates say at the moment when he is being accused that he is corrupting the youth and not believing in the gods of the Parthenon? He says the following sentence: "This is my first appearance in court of law at the age of 70, well, not many could say that, and so I am a complete foreigner to the language of this place." And I think this is a very important sentence. He asked the Athenian judges, whom he sometimes calls the Athenians, to treat him like a foreigner, like a xenos. The great French linguist Émile Benveniste reminded us that xenos would later in Latin become hostis. This is also the source of the English word hostile, while in the original ancient Greek meaning, it meant at the same time foreigner and guest, someone who still had some rights, and it was also the right of hospitality. So Socrates says that he is not even treated as a foreigner, as a xenos. In front of the nomos, the law, he was treated as an enemy, as hostis. Julian Assange, together with Edward Snouden, Chelsea Manning, Daniel Hale, and many other courageous truth-tellers, finds himself in the most respectable company of Socrates. And it is not just Socrates who was accused of asebia. The list is long. Aeschylus, Anaxagoras, Aspasia, Aristotle, who fled before the trial, and Protagoras, who was sentenced to death or exile. So if the British judges decide either to extradite Assange to the US or to keep him in the British Guantanamo, they will basically condemn him to death. To conclude and to launch, and it's my great honor to launch the Belmarsh Tribunal today, let me quote the great German playwright Bertolt Brecht, who said, "Sad is the country which needs heroes." Today we should say, sad is the world that needs Edward Snouden, Chelsea Manning, Daniel Hale, Julian Assange, and so many courageous publishers and whistleblowers. It is sad because it means something is deeply wrong with our world, but we are lucky to have them. And we are lucky to have the following members of the Belmarsh Tribunal today with us, either in person or on screen: Tariq Ali, Renata Avila, Apsana Begum, Richard Burgon, Jeremy Corbyn, Rafael Correa, Oslem Demirel, Deepa Govindarayan Driver, Daniel Ellsberg, Selai Ghaffar, Heike Hensel, Scott Ludlam, Annie Machon, Stefania Maurizi, Ian McCaskill, John Macdonnell.
As we were watching the Belmarsh Tribunal trials the U.S. government for its crimes of the 21st century, from atrocities in Iraq to torture at Guantanamo Bay to a surveillance program. Out of the historic meaning of this moment, it could also turn the tables on the Assange case and its next hearing against him on 27 to 28 October. The Listener English will provide you with analysis and more details in further news briefs. Stay with us.